Hey everybody, I hope you all had a wonderful and restful Easter weekend. Let's get started making sure that we have a pencil and a paper ready, and if you don't, then you can use the All app through Mrs. Henry's page. All right, our art activity today is in the style of American folk artist Carla Gerard. If you look at my board, you can see I have a rectangle on here. You do not need that for your paper. That is just for me to draw on. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to start at the left side of your page, and you're going to make a curved line that comes down and sweeps right back up. Remember, you can stop and start this video as often as you need to. Next, you're going to start on the left side of your page, right as this hill is starting to go down, and you're going to draw a line that comes up, and it gets kind of close to the edge, but not all the way there. You need space here because we're going to be making this curly tree. So we're bringing our line up and around and curling it like a backwards C. Great job. Once you've done that, go back to the right side of your page where this hill stops, and you're going to bring a line that comes up, and this is going to be our tree trunk. Making sure our space between these two lines is not too close together, because as a tree gets taller, the space between the branches gets smaller. So we're going to draw our line. We're copying the first one, you're curling it around, and we're going to make them connect right here at the tip. Make sure that your space is not too close together down here at the bottom. Okay? You want it to slowly get closer together. After you've done that, we're going to go back and we're going to add some branches on our tree. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to start on the left side. We're going to come out and curl a line around. It looks kind of like a G that's curved. Once you've done that, you're going to start here and you're going to reverse it on the inside of that line. On the right side, you're going to make a line that looks like a backwards G. You're going to start here, come around, start back at the point, and reverse that line back to our tree. We're going to skip up some space and do that again a couple more times. Take your time. And do your best. I have space here for one more, so I'll put one more right here. But I'm going to put two more on the other sides. Uh-oh, this one's gone off my page, and that's okay. Just pick your pencil up, pretend like it's gone off your page, and then finish it on the other side. Don't try to squeeze it on there. There's no need to. Again, I think I'll move one up over here. They don't have to be exactly across from each other, so I'm going to move this one up some. There we go. All right. After you finish this part, we're going to start working on our town. You're going to start by drawing a line that extends out from the left side of your page. It's horizontal, and then it's going to come down and curve towards the bottom and stop where this hill is. After you finish that part, you're going to want to add a top to it. This is going to be a roof, and I'm going to add a trapezoid like this. I think I'll add it with my black marker so that you guys can distinguish the bottom parts from the roofs. All right, we're going to skip over some space about where this stops. We're going to come up and we're going to make a line that is diagonal. It comes up, it comes back down, and it stops. Almost like you're going to start to make the letter A, but then you stop. After you do that, you're going to start where this one stops, and you're going to make a line that comes straight down. Bring your line over to the right and back down again. You're making a rectangle. After you make your rectangle, skip over just a little bit of space, not much, because you still need space in here, and add another line that comes vertically down. You can also connect these two lines with this line right here, this horizontal one that's going across. Let's go back and add the roofs. Right here, we're going to put a line that comes across here, and this is going to be the roof to a building. Here, we're going to add two slanted lines from the corner up and from this line up. But we want to leave space because we're going to connect this line back down to this corner, and these two slanted lines are going to connect across the top. If we form it all together, if we put it all together, it looks like this. So it looks a little bit three-dimensional. All right, let's go back in between these two houses. We have space here. We're going to add a line across this area from the red line to the green line. And in here is where we're going to put our other building. We're going to add another line right here. This space is going to be the roof. This is going to be the building. It's in between these two. So these are overlapping this one. All right. Moving on, over here we're going to add one more building. We're going to add a town church. And what you can do is you can start right here at the edge of this building, and you're going to draw a line that comes up. And since this is in my way, I'm just going to let it overlap. The way you drew it, it may be in your way and it may not. It's fine either way. What I'm going to do is come back down. So if you're overlapping, you're going to bring it back down on the other side like that. Let's straighten that out just a bit. If you don't have a limb in the way, it's going to look like this. Or if you want to erase part of that out even, you can do that. Either way works. And actually, since I've erased that out, I think I'll just leave it like that. Okay, let's go back in and let's add some windows really quickly. Our windows can be all different kinds of shapes. Yours do not have to be the same shape as mine. So I'm just going to give you some examples of some little windows that you could make. You can make up your own. And you can put doors inside. All different types. I'm going to go through here and add a couple of windows. And now I'm going on to my purple building. I'm going to add a little window up here. In my blue building, I'm going to add a half circle window, a few lines in between, and I'm also going to add a door. And I'm going to add lines inside my door also. So it makes it look like I have a door with an area to color around it. In the next building, I'm going to use an upside down trapezoid. Now again, remember, you do not have to make your windows like mine. This is just the way that I would like to make mine. They are similar in style to Carla Gerard's drawings, which is why I'm making mine like this. I'm also going to add another little window here and a door over here. Now when I make my door, the top of my door is going to be the same direction that this little line is right here. All right, inside this building, this is our little town church. We're going to draw a line that comes up and touches the top, and a line that comes back down from the top and touches the edge by slanting down right here. I'm going to have to move that down just a little bit so it's about even. Once you've done that, you can go back on the top and add your cross for your church. Inside the church, we're going to add a window. And I'm going to add a door. Ooh, let me fix that real quick. Okey-doke. So far, so good, right? Okay, over here in this space, we still have room to add another building. So what you're going to do is from the edge of this tree over, you're going to make a line that comes out and turn it into a triangle with a little bit of space left to the right of it. Next, you're going to want to bring 2 lines out from that to the edge of your paper. Once you've done that, make a vertical line that starts here where these 2 lines meet and comes down. Let's go back in and we can add some windows. You can add in whatever kind you want, remember. You could even add a door in if you want to. All right, I think we've got it. Okay, now let's work on the bottom part of our picture. In folk art, there's lots of lines and patterns and colors. And so to create our ground, we're going to be using different lines and patterns and colors. On our ground, we're going to use different types of lines. For example, you could use bumpy lines. It's actually a wavy line turned upside down. You could use zigzags. You could use diagonal, broken, dotted. The list goes on and on. It's really up to you what kind of lines you want to use. I'm just going to start by making a bumpy line. And I'm going to copy that a few times up to the edge. Then I'm going to change and make a slanted line. I'm going to put some space there and add a bumpy line again. And then another slanted line. And I'm going to keep doing this until I get to the edge. Those are going to be my lines. At the top, we want to go back in, and if you want to, you do not have to, but if you want to, you can add huge flowers coming off the trees. Now, this is not what realistic pictures look like. That is why it's folk art, and it's abstract as well. Remember, abstract is when you create something that you may or may not know what it's a picture of, but the artist knows what it's a picture of. Abstract art has lines, shapes, and colors in it. So we know that when we look at trees, flowers aren't really this big, right? We're also going to go back in and add some leaves. The leaves don't have to be big. They can be little. And you can have as many or as few as you want. Right. You also have some space in your picture right here where you could put a sun or a moon. Let me fix this right here real quick. I'm going to go back right in here, and I'm going to add 2 circles. 1, 2, and this is going to be my sun. Well, as far as drawing it, we're all finished. Next, you just need to go back in and add details. My suggestion would be to you that if you guys are coloring, then what you need to do is use markers or crayons first and trace over all your lines with those and add all of your details in with those also. For example, on mine, I used marker and I traced over all of my details with my marker. Then I went back and colored after I finished tracing. So for details, you can go back in and you can put in different kinds of lines in the roofs. You can put lines coming up the inside of your tree trunk and inside of your tree branches. You can even put different kinds of lines inside of your flowers. And inside of your leaves. And if you don't want to use color, you don't have to. You can just use pencil and paper, or you can paint, whatever you want to do. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. I miss you still, and I can't wait to see you guys, and I will see you next week. Bye.